Okay, this one's saying I have an excellent connection. So hopefully that's right. I hate when that happens. You guys, I'm so sorry. I had like 10 people watch, maybe a little more, and I had to dump out. I just had to dump out. I was getting some kind of error message. So that stinks. So now this is going to be broken up into two different parts, but that's okay. Hopefully, I know. So Danny, did you see me talking up to the very end where I said they're asking me to open up a widget? Did you see that? Or was I already gone by then? Hey, the bee lady's in the house. Glad you're here. Thank you so much for stopping by. The bee lady. She's got her own channel too. She has a beautiful farm. It's gorgeous. That's the kind of life. Oh, you're from India? Welcome. That's another reason why I wanted to start the stream a little later, because it seems like I never have a chance to connect with some of my subscribers that are on the West Coast or in different parts of the world. So if you're watching all the way from India, that's amazing. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thank you. And welcome back, everybody. Hola, Marissa. Thank you for popping by. And I had started the live stream a few minutes ago, and there's a problem with YouTube. It recommended that I open a widget or something, and I never had that happen before. So I didn't want to do that. So I had to abort the live stream, and there we go. So for those of you who may just be joining me, what I was talking about earlier was, how many subs does it take for your channel to start to be recognized by brands that might want to send you some gear to review? And as I said before, it really depends. It's different. It depends on if your channel is geared towards, a certain subject matter, or if you're reviewing certain things, then people are going to reach out to you. My number one piece of advice: if you have your channel up and going, make sure you have a way for these companies to be able to communicate with you. So you have to put an email address there somewhere, some way for them to get in touch with you. Just be prepared that you're going to get some random people that enjoy you. They like you. They're your fans and subscribers. They're going to start sending you emails, questions, whatever. That's okay. It happens to me a lot, and it's never been a problem. I've never felt uncomfortable with anybody emailing me. Like, I've never been harassed or anything like that. So I wouldn't worry about that. And it's just an email. Like, they can't hunt you down through an email. I don't think. So, no, I used to live in Palm Beach though, but I live in New Jersey. So yes. So it depends. Depends on how many people you have. I told a story about, in the first part, I told a story about how I was only at like 300 something subscribers when I got my first piece of free gear to review. But I felt like I got that piece of gear to review because I'd already purchased a light from that company and had made a really nice review video on the previous version of that light. And I think that's the only reason why I got that light, because I'd already shelled out my own money to buy the other light. Whatever it is that you buy for your studio, if you're, whatever it is that you're buying, you should make a review video on it. If you're pressed for material, you don't have video ideas. How do you come up with video ideas? Anything that you've purchased to make your videos happen, make your videos possible, that's something you should review and talk about, because maybe someone's interested in starting their own YouTube channel and they want to know about the different components that they need to piece together their YouTube studio. Listen, it's not going to be a cheap endeavor. It definitely was not a cheap endeavor for me. I've been making videos for 2 years now. I haven't made any money from YouTube at all. Nothing. Certainly not compared to the money that I've put out to produce videos. And never mind your time. It takes endless hours to do each video. especially with all the issues going on right now with LumaFusion. Oh my goodness. A lot of problems there. I don't, Danny, I don't know if you've noticed, but I was talking to a friend earlier through email, and he uses LumaFusion for his channel. And he's like, I'm having so many issues, clips disappear, audio. I'm like, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, are you having those issues too? Because I know you use it a lot. So I know it's very exciting, the prospect of getting free stuff sent to you, stuff you don't have to pay for. How awesome is that? Getting free stuff. It is really cool. And I have to admit, when it first started to happen to me, I was super excited. You know, I was taking everything that, I'm getting a hot flash. I was taking everything that was being offered to me. However, now I have to be a little more discerning because you have, you know, a lot of companies reaching out, and you can't do everything. Like, you shouldn't just take any old thing because somebody wants to send it to you. Like, if I'm not interested in something, I'm not going to take it. Like, I'm not going to, because I know how I am about making the videos. I want to do a nice video. I don't want to spend endless hours on a lav mic that cost $5 or something. That's not going to happen anymore. So be a little discerning when you're getting all of these offers, and make sure that it's stuff that, you know, you're interested. Because if you're not interested in that product, it's going to show through in your video. Like, I got somebody wanted to send me lingerie. I'm not going to review lingerie. What do you want me to put it on? I'm like, no. They're like, oh no, just, you know, an unboxing. And I'm like, no. No, that's not at all what this channel is about. Sorry, that might be somebody else's channel, but that's not mine. Lingerie, no. So just, you know, take stuff that you feel is really in the field of whatever it is that your channel is covering. Beware of schemes and scams. There's two different schemes, and scams are different. So a scheme would be where somebody hits you up with an email and they say, hey, we'd like you to review our product for free. But here's the thing. First, you got to buy it on Amazon, because what we're looking for is a 5-star review. And then once you do the review, we'll pay you back through PayPal or some other, whatever their means of payment is. First of all, I think you can get in trouble with Amazon for doing that. They don't like when you do that because they want their star system. They want it to be legit. They want to make sure that people are being honest with that star system, their rating system. So make sure you don't do that. Don't do that, because I think you can lose. If you have Amazon affiliate links, I think they can actually take them away from you if you get caught up in that. So if you have done that in the past, I would recommend to you, don't do it anymore. Lesson learned. I did that once because I didn't know. And as soon as I found out that I couldn't do it, I didn't do it anymore. But I didn't buy the piece of gear. I wanted that piece of gear anyway, but I didn't buy it because they wanted a 5-star review, because I was very honest with them. I'm like, listen, I'm only going to give you the 5-star review if I think it's a 5-star item. I'm not just going to get something and then tell people it's great when it's not, or if it's not, and then just go on Amazon and lie for you. Like, that's not going to happen. And like, no, but we like your channel style. And I was like, you know what? I do want that piece of gear anyway, so I'm going to do it. So I did it. And, you know, then I found out you're not allowed to do that. This is like a long time ago. And I was like, oh my gosh, I hope I don't get in trouble for it. But so lesson learned. If you do it once and you find out you're not allowed to do it, don't do it again, because I don't want to lose my Amazon affiliate links. I think I get more money from Amazon than I do on YouTube, so I definitely don't want to lose that. Now, so that's a scheme. Those are schemers. And I did get reimbursed from that company. That wasn't a scam. Scammers are people that send you an email and they're looking to just scam you, like a regular scam person from the phone banks. You know, you get the calls, your computer sent out an SOS and we're here to help you and fix it. One of those. I got an email the other day from a company. What did they said? The Adobe team. They're like, "Hi, I'm the PR manager from the Adobe team." And like, of course, my eye went right to Adobe in my email. I'm like, Adobe? Why would Adobe be sending me an email? I have never done a video on Adobe anything. I don't know anything about Adobe. Nothing. Why are these people hitting me up? And immediately, I was like, this is a scam. This is such a scam. These people, like, maybe they would sponsor Peter McKinnon, but they're not looking to sponsor somebody who has under 15,000 subs. That's a scam. So as soon as I open the email and I'm looking at it, you know how Adobe has that red A as their logo? None of that was there. It just said the Adobe team. And I'm like, oh, this is such, there is incorrect English in there. And I'm like, this is a scam. Just be careful of them. Also, there's another one going around called Krita, Krita, which I think is a legitimate website, but someone did piggyback onto the spelling of their company, and they're not a legitimate, it's a scam. Basically, they're looking for your bank account information. And the way that you decipher the difference is one is .org and the other one is .io. So before you get involved with anybody or anything, never give, this goes without saying, never give your bank account information to anyone. If someone's going to reimburse you, they're going to reimburse you through PayPal. They're not, that's the way to do it. That's a secure way of getting some money from someone. Let's say if they decide to sponsor you or pay you for a video, that's the way to go. Never divulge your personal information about where your money is, because if you do that, guess what? It won't be there anymore. Someone else will have it. Okay, so just beware of that. Even if you have, like 100,000 subs, even if I got up to 100,000 subs, I would not think that Adobe would be reaching out to me. Why would they be? I've never done anything with Adobe. So just be very, very careful. Okay. So good evening, everyone who is in the chat. And TED Talks. So how many subs till I get free stuff? Okay, Ted, so you missed it in my earlier thing. It all depends on what kind of channel you have and if you're making good videos to begin with. I got my first free thing when I was at about 320 subs. That's when I got my first free thing, and the feeling was awesome and amazing. I was blown away that I even got something, because I figured it would take about maybe at least 1,000 subscribers to start getting free stuff. But if you're producing nice videos, people are going to notice that. They're like, okay, this person puts time and effort into the videos that they make. They're polished. They look really nice. And, she's showing a little bit of extra detail in a certain thing. So let's maybe send her something and see how well it goes. And of course, whenever a company gets in touch with you, they don't know you. They don't know what you're really going to do for them. They're hoping to get some free advertising from you. So they're going to start off with a very inexpensive item to begin with, perhaps a lavalier microphone. So you just take it. Okay, let's do this. Especially if you're a new channel and you're looking to establish relationships with these vendors, which I highly, highly recommend. Definitely establish that relationship, cultivate that relationship, keep an open line of communication. And like I said before, in case someone is just popping in now, make sure that you have some method of these people to be able to get in touch with you, whether it's preferably an email address. Make sure that's posted somewhere on your channel, in your channel information. This way they can get in touch with you. And once you do that, if you make a nice video for their inexpensive lavalier, they're going to take that into consideration and say, okay, they put a lot of time and effort into this inexpensive thing. Can you imagine if we sent this person something that was actually halfway decent, like a more expensive piece of gear? Let's see what she or he can do with that. So that's what you're looking to do. And when you're done with it, say, I'm finished with your video, but I said this in the other video that I had to abort because I lost signal. Let them know, listen, hey, I'm going to be honest. I don't owe you anything. I'm going to make you a free video. You're getting some free advertising off my channel. I just want to let you know, of course, be nice. Don't say it like I'm doing it Jersey style right now. If you send me this item, it's going to be an honest review. I'm going to be completely honest about the build quality, how it works, the pricing, everything I'm going to be completely honest about. Just let them know. And then once you do that, once you make your video, I think it's nice if you let them watch it first. This way they know what to expect. You don't have to. I just do because I usually keep my videos private before I launch them live, just to make sure there's no problems with any of the songs that I'm using with Storyblocks, because sometimes that happens. And, just let them know. I'm going to be honest. I told the story about the teleprompter that I had just reviewed. It was a good review. I like the product, but I don't know how happy they were about the video, because along with that product that is made for cameras and phones, I recommended to people that just film with their phones that they don't even need that product. They can just use a secondary app that I think you pay like $10 for, and it's voice activated. This way you just bypass the teleprompter, don't even need it. So I'm not sure how happy they were about that, but I owe my allegiance to my subscribers. Not everybody has a lot of money. Not everybody has a DSLR. Not everybody has money to shell out for all of this stuff. And I get that. I know I'm fortunate that these products have been sent to me free of charge. That's why I normally give it all away. I give practically everything away that I've gotten. These past bunches of microphones that I've gotten, I've sent them to the people that win the giveaways. How many microphones can one person use and need? Not many. So it's my pleasure to send it out. But then again, you have to pay for shipping. Like it's becoming very expensive for me to get this free stuff. On top of my time and energy that goes into it, then I have to pay for that box to be shipped out to someone. So it's, if that's the jam you want to do too, just be prepared that, if you want to start giving stuff away, it can be pricey when it comes to the shipping. Excuse me for 1 second. I should have made like a little marker as to where the audio was. So is the audio still okay now? And I have to hit the camera, because it only films for like 20 something minutes and it'll black out at any second. So I know you're excited. I know you want free stuff. Who doesn't want free stuff? Everybody wants free stuff. Come on. How awesome is free stuff? But just be careful about taking that free stuff and knowing that there's a deadline. People are not just going to send you something and allow you to sit on it for a few months. Be honest with these people. When somebody reaches out to you, a vendor, like I said, it's so important to establish a relationship with that person, because not only do you want to do a good job for them in reviewing that particular product, but you would like them to begin to send you more gear, right? Isn't that the point of it? You want some more free stuff because you don't want to have to spend your own money on this gear if you can be getting it for free. So try to have that open line of communication. Be honest with them. Hey, you know what? I have a lot going on. If you want to send me this product, and let's say it takes like 2 weeks to ship from China or wherever it is it's shipping from, it's going to take at least 2 weeks to get here. By the time I get it, I'm not even going to have a chance to look at it for a few weeks. And then when I finally do open the box, you know, it can take me anywhere from 2 weeks to 8 weeks to do the complete thing. And just let them know where you are in the process. Okay, hey, just wanted to let you know I'm still working with it, I'm still testing it. And, you know, that's the way it's going to be. This is where I think the lead time is for the launch of the video to go live. So it's always good to keep an open and honest line of communication. The Bee Lady is saying, you are too professional to be only on YouTube. Have you ever thought about going live on Amazon? Amazon, go live on Amazon? Like, no. You know what, Bee Lady? I didn't even know that was possible to go live on Amazon. Is that, or do you mean like, I don't know. I didn't even know that was possible. To be honest with you, listen, I am the worst. When it comes to being a creator, I don't even like calling myself a creator because I feel like it's just like, I feel like I'm not really a creator, but I'm like the worst one. There are so many folks live on Amazon now, and if you use StreamYard, you can multi-stream to YouTube and Amazon. I didn't even know you could to Amazon? People go to, you mean like the Amazon app? People live stream onto the Amazon app? Oh, I see. Look, I didn't even know that. So tomorrow, what I'm going to have to do is watch like 10 videos about going live on Amazon because I didn't even know that that was a possibility. I knew that there was, you know, Twitch and you can go live on Facebook and all this stuff, but I'm the worst about, you keep getting offers to go. I bet you do Before You Go. Before You Go is another channel that does a lot of reviews on stuff. He's one of my subs. Well, we sub each other. Yes, if you go to Amazon after this, check for the live section. Okay, I will. Thank you, Bee Lady. See, this is why I love this channel, because I feel like it's a community. Like, I hope you guys know that when I start doing my videos, when I hit record, like, I picture just talking to you guys. I don't even feel like I'm talking to a camera or a lens. I know you guys are out there, and I feel like I'm just having, you know, a conversation with you guys. How awesome would it be if I could hear you guys back and stuff, right? Like, I wonder if there's a platform that does that. Like, besides Zoom, obviously. I wonder if there would be some way. Like, maybe I should do that. Like, I don't know how many people can fit on Zoom. I would imagine quite a few because a lot of different companies do that, but do like a thing where people sign up to go live with me, and whether it's just ask questions about LumaFusion, which is probably the number one topic that people want to talk about, but does that sound like something? Probably the Bee Lady would want to do it. I'm very into marketing, one of my strongest traits, but I'm challenging on the following. I have ideas unlimited. That's awesome. It all starts with the idea, right? You have to have that seed planted of an idea, and bringing it to fruition sometimes can be a little bit of a different story, but it starts with an idea. StreamYard is the easiest one. Okay, so here's the thing. There's one of these that I can't work with on my laptop. You guys, I have to tell you a quick story, and then we'll return to the subject matter at hand. This huge website wanted to do an interview with me. This is a true story. They wanted to dub me as like this lady that knows about gear and all this stuff, and I was so into it. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a great opportunity. Heck yes, I want to do it. So I agreed to do the interview. They send me the link for whatever thing they were using. I'm thinking it was StreamYards. I think it was. Or maybe, I can't remember what it was. I couldn't get my DSLR to work with the app. I'm like, what is going on? I had my lighting set up perfectly. Like, I was going to look really good. I was determined to look really good. And couldn't get it to work. I couldn't figure out why the camera wasn't going live. I was using OBS. I engaged my virtual cam. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And then I was quickly trying to Google what the problem was. I was like going live in 10 minutes. I had to get this problem solved. They're like, oh, everything works except if you have this one HP Asus or whatever my laptop is. That's the one laptop that you can't use a DSLR with that particular live streaming program. And I'm like, you're kidding me. Guess what, people? The gear lady had to go on this interview with the webcam built into the laptop, and it looked terrible. The key light that I had, my face was overblown. I just didn't know what to do. Like, it was such an embarrassment. I felt like an idiot, but I did the interview. It didn't turn out all that great because I feel like they were, number one, I'm sure they were let down with the situation at hand, and my image didn't look good at all. And I had these people, the people that were watching the live stream, asking me questions like, why aren't you on all the different platforms? How come you're not on Facebook? How come you're not on Instagram? How come you're not doing this, that, Twitch? No. And I'm like, listen, I'm a busy lady. I'm a business owner. I don't have time. You should pay somebody to edit your videos and put them over here and do this and snip it to this. And why aren't you on TikTok? And I'm like, listen, all of that takes time. I don't think you're understanding me. I have a finite amount of time. Even just sending somebody footage and letting them, that takes time to do all that. I don't know. No. So I'm sure it was a huge letdown. It was embarrassing, but oh well. You know what? I knew I looked terrible and I persevered. I pushed through. I didn't abort. I wasn't like, look how terrible I look. I can't do this. Look, I would never do that, so I just did it and looked a fool, basically. But hey. Yeah, so who would be interested in doing that with me? Going on a Zoom meeting and like doing a group, one big group chat. How awesome would that be? I think that would be really fun. How many of you right now have started YouTube channels and you feel like you're getting to the point where, okay, maybe some free stuff should start rolling my way? I've done a few gear reviews. Like, maybe these companies should start taking me seriously and sending me some stuff. Marissa, okay, awesome. That would be awesome. I think we should do that, B Lady. I think that would be so much fun. I'm into that. I'll put that together. I'll do a video, and maybe with my next video, I'll put something at the end that if you're interested in doing a Zoom call or something with me, then we can all do it together. It would be nice to see everybody, and to communicate directly back with you instead of you guys just having to look and listen at me all the time. It'd be nice to see and hear you guys. Yep, let's chat about LumaFusion. I know everybody wants to chat about LumaFusion because it's a problem. Like, it's an issue right now. Here's another thing. I purchased, so you should be able to use an external hard drive right now to edit with LumaFusion. So there's this gamer I know, Bad Karma 714. He's a subscriber to my channel. He has a couple of channels of his own, and he does like music video editing and stuff. And he bought a Western Digital Wireless Passport Pro to start working wirelessly with LumaFusion. And so I bought it. And then like a little part of me was like, oh my gosh, did I just buy this $200 thing because Anthony recommended it? Because the kid's a procrastinator. And I tried to hook this up to LumaFusion because you're supposed to be able to do it now with all of the updates and everything. And I'm having an issue connecting the Wireless Passport Pro to LumaFusion. So right now I'm in communication with them to try to figure out where the hiccup is. Like it's not recognizing the drive. I've disabled the password like they have in their FAQs, and I've done a bunch of other things. I definitely can read it from their app and directly from the iPad, but it's just not working inside of LumaFusion. So hopefully they'll be able to come up with a fix for that, because I'd like to do a video on it, because I know a lot of you guys are interested in doing that. I would prefer to keep everything I shoot and film. Like I've spent a lot of time setting that up. Like I would like to archive all of that footage and keep it, but I only have so much space on my iPad and only so much space in my cloud. I don't have room for all of that, so I have to wind up just deleting it. I keep my finished videos. I download those onto an external hard drive. I don't know why I'm keeping them. YouTube has them, but I do keep them. But I'd like to keep all of the footage that I've made along the way. I think it would be just beneficial to have that in case I ever want to pull a clip. Like let's say I'm doing a review on a particular microphone and I want to pull like some sound samples from another lavalier microphone that I think that would be cool, but now I'm just deleting everything. So another quick question before we return to the subject matter. How many of you guys have the Oculus Quest and are interested in doing... There's a game called Beat Saber, and I would be able to put together like a game where we could all play Beat Saber together, because I have to be honest with you, I am addicted to Beat Saber. I'm on the Oculus every day. That's another reason why I haven't been great with uploading videos. I spent too much time on that Oculus when I first got it, and I love Beat Saber. That thing is awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Thank you, B Lady, for telling me about this Amazon thing, because I didn't even know that. Like there's a lot of things that I probably should be doing, but I'm not. So that's right now. Here's another good subject matter that perhaps I'll talk about in another live stream, but it seems like I'm stuck in the 14,000 region of subscribers. Once I got into 14,000, it seems like everything stalled out for me in that area. I know I'm to blame. I haven't been great at a consistent upload schedule, and you get hammered in the analytics once that drops off for you. But even that, it's like it just stalled there. Like, how can I possibly still be at 14,000 for the past few months? Like, it just seems like strange, just a little strange. So that needs to be something I need to work on. So I need to be a little more predictable with my upload schedule. And this is why I've decided to go live at least once a week, because it's going to help me in the analytics, and it helps me to, be able to say hi to you guys and, take some questions. And B Lady's all over this, man. She's got this. B Lady, I need to make you a moderator. Hold on. I can do that, right? Hold on. Add as a moderator. The B Lady is now a moderator for my channel. She didn't ask to be. She just is. Is that okay, by the way? If not, I can take it off if you don't want it, but it would be awesome if you could do that. Look at your name's in blue now with a wrench. Awesome. Okay, so that's basically it. It all depends on how many subs you have and if you're already reviewing certain pieces of gear. So let's say your channel is about knitting and you've made all of your things about knitting. I don't know why I just chose knitting, but anyway, if you talk about your knitting needles or your supplies and make certain videos about it, a company might reach out to you to say, hey, I liked your video, the way you explained this particular knitting needle. This was a really bad example to use. Would you care to check out our knitting needle? And would you, so if your YouTube channel is like that, you're not just talking about a certain thing, but you're also reviewing things. I think that makes a big, huge difference if you're already dipping your toe in that arena. And like I said, everything that I've purchased for my channel, my studio, I made a review on it. Because what else was I going to talk about? I was talking about, I was doing some LumaFusion tutorials, but I also wanted to talk about the stuff that I needed for the studio. And I've told the story before that I have a skincare company, and a lot of my clients wanted to begin making channels of their own to, this way, if they had clients that wanted a particular thing, skin problem, acne, go to my channel and watch what I'm talking about with persistent acne. And they needed tips on this kind of stuff. So that was one of the reasons why it started. Review everything you can. If you've spent money on something, review it. Why not? You've already spent the money on it. You have that piece of gear. What else are you going to make a video about? Put it out there. Make sure that when you're doing these videos, like I said, put effort into it. Know the thing that you're making the video on. Read the manual. Understand every little thing about it. Don't just hit record and, you don't know anything about the product. Then you start talking about it. Find out, do all the B-roll. Make those videos look really, really nice. Take your time, invest your time in it, get it nicely done, and impress that company that sent you that product. Because if you're doing a good job with making videos, people will want to send you more because they feel like, wow, that video was really good. That's free advertising for us. Let's send this person more because they're making basically a free commercial for us. And it seems like they're doing a really good job at making us free commercials. Let's send them more and more and more and more. And like I said, there's always going to be a company that you want to have a relationship with. Here's another thing. Should you begin to reach out to other companies? Like, let's say, look, I always wanted to work with Deity. Should I have reached out to Deity to express an interest in receiving products from them to review? Maybe I could have reached out to them before they reached out to me. There's no harm in that. If that's something that you want to do, there is absolutely no harm in that. There's no shame in putting it out there saying, you know what, I'm a huge fan of your products. I've purchased a couple of my own, and I would love, if you guys have anything new coming down the pike, I would love to be able to make a review video for you. It doesn't hurt to ask. Like my grandmother always said, hey, it doesn't hurt to ask. And, my battery's running low on my PC. It's plugged in. How is that even possible? You know what? I'm going to take that as a sign from the good Lord himself that this live stream has been long enough and that I should probably get. But seriously, is this not so strange? But yeah, so establish relationships with vendors, maintain those relationships, do a good job when people send you stuff, and be honest. The bottom line is you got to be honest with your subscribers, because if you're not, what value are you really if you're not honest with the people that are taking their time to watch you? Well, that's going to do it here for me today. I thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, please wear your sunblock and call your mom and dad to say you love them, because you guys, you just never know. Just never know when that last call is going to be. All right. God bless.